Bogli Sri Gajanan Swami ki. Devotees, welcome to our service, the penultimate service for this year. That means second to last. Right, Dharam? So next week is our final service. Welcome to this morning's service that we wind down this very auspicious year 2024. So we begin as we normally do. Take flowers, Chan, with our opening prayer. Hari Om Tat Sat Om Shri Ganeshaya Namah Om Shri Saraswatyaya Namah Om Shannu Mitraha Sham Varunah Shannu Bhavat Aryama Shannu Indro Brihaspati Shannu Vishnu Rukrama Namo Brahmane Namastivayo Tvameva Pratyaksham Brahmasi Tvameva Pratyaksham Brahma Vadishyami Ritam Vadishyami Satyam Vadishyami Tanmahamavatu Tadavakaramavatu Avatu Mam Avatu Vaktaram Om Shanti 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 Varnanamartha Sanghana Rasanang Chandasahamapi Mangalanang Chakartaro Vande Vani Vinayako Harihi Om Tat Sat Om Ganganapataye Namaha. Bogli Sri Gajanan Swami ki jai. Bejaye, please be seated, devotees. So we proceed with our chaupais. Those very simple but powerful spiritual formulas given to us by Tulsi Das Ji from Sri Ramcharitamanas. प्रवेशी नगर कीजे सब काज हृदय रखी कुशलपुर राज रथ चढ़िया सहित दू भाई चले बनहिय वधहि शिर नाई जाके सुमिरन तेरी पुनाश नाम शत्रुहन वेद प्रकाश विश्व भरण पोषण चोई अतर नाम भरत अस जब तेरा राम जब तेरा काही घर आई विचे नव सखा धर्म में असरथ जीतन कहन जय राम श्री राम जय राम श्री राम जय जय वह शोभा जो समझ सुख कहतन बने खगेश वरने शारद शेष सुती सोरस जानम ही शसिया पति रामचंद्र की जय शरणम बंदो पवन कुमार खलबन पावक ज्ञान घन जा सुहृदय आगर बस ही राम शरचापधर ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय 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 भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो 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 भगवते वासुदेवाय भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। भगवते वासुदेवाय। बोलिए श्री वासुदेव भगवान की जय। Puja will be performed, devotees, while we glorify Gajanan. Go ahead. Oh, free flowers one side. All right. Do your puja. So devotees, while the puja is being done, we again reflect upon the Panchadevata, we glorify them and remember, Yatha Pindi Tatha Brahmandi, as in the microcosm, so the macrocosm. So when we say we glorify the Panchadevata, remember we've explained Panchadevata, Lord Vishnu, Surajnarayan Swami Devi, Gajanan, Bhagwan Shankar. Adhishtatri Devata for the Pancha Tattva, the 5 elements. But the 5 elements, devotees, relate to the 5 senses, the Gyan Indriyas. So, one way we say we seek the blessings of God, but in a sense, what we are doing, preparing the Gyan Indriyas, the senses of perception, to focus on divinity. Understand what it is. But whichever way you are comfortable, let it be. Be glorified. Panchadevata. He Ramba Hare Jai He Ramba Hare. 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 Jai Devi Hare Jai Jai Devi Hare. Jai Durga Hare Jai Jai Devi Hare. Jai Devi Hare Jai Jai Durga Hare. Jai Durga Hare Jai Jai Devi Hare. Jai Shiva Hare Jai Jai Shiva Hare. Jai Shiva Hare Jai Jai Shiva Hare. Jai Shiva Hare Jai Jai Shiva Hare. Jai Shiva Hare Shiva Shankar Hare. Aditya Hare Jai Aditya 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 Hare. Jai Vishnu Hare Jai Jai Vishnu Hare. Jai Vishnu Hare Jai Jai Vishnu Hare. जय विष्णु हरे जय जय विष्णु हरे जय विष्णु हरे जय जय विष्णु हरे जय राम हरे जय जय कृष्ण 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 हरे ओ जपा कर यही नाम मन बवरे ओ जपा कर यही नाम मन बवरे जपा कर यही नाम मन बावरे ओ जपा कर यही नाम मन बावरे जय राम हरे जय जय कृष्ण हरे ओ जपा कर यही नाम मन बावरे जय राम हरे जय जय कृष्ण हरे ओ जपा कर यही नाम मन बहवरे हवन गायत्री mantra. So offer ghee into the fire. Chandra, use his phone. Yep. You could put the ghee on top, the berry. One side we could reach. Yeah. All right. Okay. Gayatri mantra, everybody. Harihi Om Tat Sat. Harihi Om Tat Sat. Harihi Om Tat Sat. Om Bhur Bhuva Swaha. Swaha. Om Prajapati Swaha. Idam Prajapati Idam Namama. Om Indraya Swaha. Idam Indraya Idam Namama. Om Agni Swaha. Idam Agni Idam Namama. Om Somaya Swaha. Idam Somaya Idam Namama. Om Bhu Swaha. Idam Agni Idam Namama. Om Bhuva Swaha. Idam Vayavi Idam Namama. Om Swaha Swaha. Idam Suryaya Idam Namama. Gajanan. Om Ganganapataye Namah Swaha. Devi. Om Hrim Shrim Chandikaya Namah Swaha.
Om Hrim Shrim Chandikaya Namah Swaha. Om Hrim Shrim Chandikaya Namah Swaha. Om Hrim Shrim Chandikaya Namah Swaha. Om Hrim Shrim Chandikaya Namah Swaha. Om Hrim Shrim Chandikaya Namah Swaha. Om Hrim Shrim Chandikaya Namah Swaha. Om Hrim Shrim Chandikaya Namah Swaha. Om Hrim Shrim Chandikaya Namah Swaha.
Kalima. Om Krim Kaliyai Namah Swaha. Om Krim Kaliyai Namah Swaha.
Om Krim Kaliyai Namah Swaha. Om Krim Kaliyai Namah Swaha. Om Krim Kaliyai Namah Swaha. Om Krim Kaliyai Namah Swaha. Om Krim Kaliyai Namah Swaha. Om Krim Kaliyai Namah Swaha.
महालक्ष्मी माँ। ओम श्री महालक्ष्मी माताभ्यो नमो नमः स्वाहा।
ओम श्री महालक्ष्मी माताभ्यो नमो नमः स्वाहा। ओम श्री महालक्ष्मी माताभ्यो नमो नमः स्वाहा। ओम श्री महालक्ष्मी माताभ्यो नमो नमः स्वाहा। ओम श्री महालक्ष्मी माताभ्यो नमो नमः स्वाहा। ओम श्री महालक्ष्मी माताभ्यो नमो नमः स्वाहा।
सरस्वती माँ।
ओम श्रीं ह्रीं सरस्वत्यै स्वाहा। 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 ओम श्रीं ह्रीं सरस्वत्यै स्वाहा।
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय स्वाहा। 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 ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय स्वाहा।
नारायण। ओम नमो भगवते नारायणाय स्वाहा।
ओम नमो भगवते नारायणाय स्वाहा। ओम नमो भगवते नारायणाय स्वाहा। ओम नमो भगवते नारायणाय स्वाहा। ओम नमो भगवते नारायणाय स्वाहा।
सूरज नारायण स्वामी। ओम श्री सूर्याय नमः।
स्वाहा। ओम श्री सूर्याय नमः 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 स्वाहा। ओम श्री सूर्याय नमः
ओम
स्वाहा।
नमः शिवाय।
ओम नमः शिवाय स्वाहा। 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 ओम नमः शिवाय स्वाहा।
ओम श्री अगिन देवाय स्वाहा। इष्ट देवाय स्वाहा। कुल देवाय स्वाहा। अष्टान देवाय स्वाहा। ग्राम देवाय स्वाहा। वास्तुदेवाय स्वाहा। सर्वदेवता सर्वदेवी भ्यो नमो नमः स्वाहा. Of all. All right, get the bay leaves. मृत्युंजय मंत्र बोलिए श्री उमापति महादेव की।
जय।
ओम हौम ओम जूम
ओम सः। ओम भूर् ओम भुवः ओम स्वः। ओम त्र्यंबकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्युर्मुक्षीयमामृतात्। ओम स्वः। ओम भुवः ओम भूर् ओम सः। ओम जूं ओम हौं
ओम नमः शिवाय स्वाहा. Dip it in the ghee and offer it in the fire. Each time. Okay? Alright. Om Haum, Om Jum, Om Saha.
ओम भूर् ओम भुवः ओम स्वः। ओम त्र्यंबकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्युर्मुक्षीयमामृतात्। ओम स्वः। ओम भुवः ओम भूर् ओम सः। ओम जूं ओम हौं ओम नमः शिवाय स्वाहा। ओम हौं ओम जूं ओम सः। ओम भूर् ओम भुवः ओम स्वः। ओम त्र्यंबकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्युर्मुक्षीयमामृतात्। ओम स्वः। ओम भुवः ओम भूर् ओम सः। ओम जूं ओम हौं ओम नमः शिवाय स्वाहा। ओम हौं ओम जूं
Hold back
ओम
one.
सः। ओम भूर् ओम भुवः ओम स्वः। ओम त्र्यंबकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्युर्मुक्षीयमामृतात्। Jum, Om Hum, Om Namah Shivaya,
Swaha.
Om Hum, Om Jum, Om Saha, Om Bhur, Om Bhuva, Om Swaha, Om Trayambakam Yajamahe, Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam, Urvarukam Iva Bandhanan, Mrityurmukshyamamritat. Om Swaha, Om Bhuva, Om Bhur, Om Saha, Om Jum, Om Hum, Om Namah Shivaya, Swaha. Om Hum, Om Jum, Om Saha, Bhur, Om Bhuva, Om Swaha, Om Trayambakam Yajamahe, Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam, Urvarukamiva Bandhanan, Mrityurmukshyamamritat. Om Swaha, Om Bhuva, Om Bhur, Om Saha, Om Jum, Om Hum, Om Namah Shivaya, Swaha. Om Hum, Om Jum, Om Saha, Om Bhur, Om Bhuva, Om Swaha, Om Trayambakam Yajamahe, Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam, Urvarukamiva Bandhanan, Mrityurmukshyamamritat. Om Swaha, Om Bhuva, Om Bhur, Om Saha, Om Jum, Om Hum, Om Namah Shivaya, Swaha. Om Hum, Om Jum, Om Saha, Om Bhur, Om Bhuva, Om Swaha, Om Trayambakam Yajamahe, Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam, Urvarukam Iva Bandhanan, Mrityurmukshyamamritat. Om Swaha, Om Bhuva, Om Bhur, Om Saha, Om Jum, Om Hum, Om Namah Shivaya, Swaha. Om Hum, Om Jum, Om Saha, Om Bhur, Om Bhuva, Om Swaha, Om Trayambakam Yajamahe, Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam, Urvarukamiva Bandhanan, Mrityurmukshyamamritat. Om Swaha, Om Bhuva, Om Bhur, Om Saha, Om Jum, Om Hum, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Hum, Om Jum, Om Saha, Om Bhur, Om Bhuva, Om Swaha, Om Trayambakam Yajamahe, Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam, Urvarukamiva Bandhanan, Mrityurmukshyamamritat. Om Swaha, Om Bhuva, Om Bhur, Om Saha, Om Jum, Om Hum, Om Namah Shivaya, Swaha. Om Hum, Jum, Om Saha, Om Bhur, Om Bhuva, Om Swaha, Om Trayambakam Yajamahe, Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam, Urvarukamiva Bandhanan, Mrityurmukshyamamritat. Om Swaha, Om Bhuva, Om Bhur, Om Saha, Om Jum, Om Hum, Om Namah Shivaya,
Swaha. Om Namaschandikaya Swaha. Put all. Right. Om Krim Kaliyai Namah Swaha. Lakshmi Mata Bhyo Namo Namah Swaha. Shrim Hrim Saraswatyai Swaha. Right. So you offer some Google sugar black to mix up. Yeah. Sprinkle around. Om Sarva Devata Sarva Devi Bhyo Namo Namah Swaha. Pick up a good handful and sprinkle around. Alright, good. Offer water around the fire 3 times now. Om Sarva Papaharang Dibyam Gangeyang Nirmalam Jalam Achmanang Chamaya Dattam Grahitam Purushotamaha Brahmagnaye Namah. Take a flower and fan the fire towards the murtis 5 times. Om Banaspati Rasod Bhuto Gandhadhi Gandha Uttama Agheyang Sarvadevanang Dhupoyam Pratigrihitam. Alright. Put it in the corner right there. Bow to the flame. Right. Okay, take a flower. We concentrate on Lakshmi Ma. Om Namoste Stu Mahamaye Se Pithe Sur Pujite Shankha Chakra Gadahaste Mahalakshmi Namostute. Om Lakshmi Karutva Kalyanam Arogyam Sukha Sampadam Mama Shatru Vinashaya Deepa Jyotir Namostute Siddheshwari Mahalakshmi Mata Namo Namaha. Boli Sri Mahalakshmi Mata Ki Jai. Offer it on top by the diya. Bow to the flame. Alright, so we take flowers and concentrate. Yeah. So devotees, this morning as we approach the end of this year, we look back and we try to analyze what life is all about. Now, everybody may have different objectives, but there's always what is called the ultimate objective, and that is what we may term to be self-realization, which is equivalent to God realization. Now, we have been saying that there are different pathways to attain to that objective. So, some time ago, we focused upon Gyan Yoga, Gyan Deepak Katha, with a path of wisdom to take us to that ultimate state. We have mentioned time and again about Karma Yoga, the path of disinterested action. And more often than not, we have spoken about Bhakti, the path of devotion, the path of emotion, where we surrender to the divine. So, we have been carrying out various activities for the entire year and for the past years of our lives. And time and again, it's always good to stop and analyze where you are at, where you have come from, first of all. So you have to know. But the only way you can know is when, you do introspection, self-analysis. And this is from a spiritual perspective. So, we are all of us are different ages. We have been exposed differently. But we need to know where we have come from. In a sense that not physically, spiritually, quality-wise. Simply put, if say anger was a dominant factor in my life in the past, and I'm at today's point still getting angry the same way, then I have not grown. So when I say asking where we have come from, I don't mean physically. We know where you have come from, different places. But spiritually, to know that, you have to know where you were or where you are. This is a difficult thing, because if we are still at the same point today that we were 5 years ago, then we didn't come from anywhere. We are stagnant. Now, this is why introspection in life is very, very important. Critical self-analysis. This is why I've been saying that we have so much to think where our lives are concerned, we don't have time to worry about anybody else. But of course, most of us worry about everybody else and not about ourselves. So, nobody else going anywhere, and neither am I going anywhere. So we are stuck as a society. And when things don't work out, well, the excuses come. So, Bade Bhagya Manush Tanupava, the human form is the best out of the 8,400,000 species of creation. Sadhan Dham Moksha Ka Dwar. Being born as a human being, the human form is an abode of sadhan. What is sadhan? Spiritual discipline. Eat, drink, make merry, when you're dead, bury. Animals live like that. Human beings, higher level of intelligence. This form is for sadhan. Now, there is sadhan, there is sadhya, and sadhak. So sadhak is the spiritual aspirant. Sadhan, the spiritual disciplines we carry out. And the sadhya, in spite of what people may think, whether you have your material objectives to qualify to have your house, all those things are good. But the ultimate objective, that's sadhya, self-realization. Self-realization, which is equivalent to God realization. So this objective must be established. We have been mentioning Ram, Brahm, Paramarthi Rupa, Paramarthi Rupa. There's Arth and Paramarth. Arth, material possessions, material objectives. And we have been saying time and again, none of us carry anything with us. None of us. It never happened yet. It's not happening. It will never happen. Everything is left right here. Even when I say everything, I mean even qualifications, everything left right here is what you make of yourself. That is important, what we carry with us. So devotees, we have to understand this in the context of the ultimate objective. Now if you look at it simply, is life just merely getting some qualifications, getting married, settling down, have your family, children, die, leave everything and go? Is that what the purpose of life? Is that the ultimate objective? To me, that's quite disappointing. Then when you come to old age like me, then your life has no value. And you have no value if you think like that. No. Everything that happens to us, everything, the short-term objectives, are all helping us to aim towards the ultimate objective. But most of us, we are caught up with short-term objectives, not focusing upon the ultimate objective, which is self-realization. Even to my mind, professional qualifications and so on. It's not merely to get a job and make money, right? You are at an advanced state, you have to use all that training and so on to help you to go to a higher level, more self-realization. The higher up you are, academically, otherwise, not that those are below are unqualified, but all your qualifications and so on, if you look at it only as getting money, then you are misled, you are misguided. The training that you undergo help you to go inside, to try to find who you are and what you are. Aham Brahmasmi. Now, this may not be too easily understood by my saying it, right? But at some point in time, you will realize what the purpose, all the objectives. I do my part. Now, doing your part in society, when you finish, you retire, you resign. Chan today is 65 years old. So at the age of retirement, so what happened now? You had to put you in a pasture. Go on graze. What is the purpose of life? And we keep saying children big, children have their own objectives, they have their own journey. When you reach to this stage, what is the purpose, what is your objective in your life? Give it a thought. The objective continues. Spiritual objective. Trying to attain to that state of realization. Self-realization. And devotees, even if all of the short-term objectives we try to achieve, we need to, right? But if you look and understand deeper into what I am saying, an experience comes out of every situation in life. Bringing up the children, disciplining the children, failures in life, even successes in life. Everything brings an experience with it, which you have to assimilate, and which takes you to a higher level. Life is a sum total of experiences. So if you understand it while you're young growing up, by the time you reach 40, 50, 60 years, you're already very advanced spiritually. But if you don't, you just advance materially. And much to your disappointment, at some point you have to leave everything and go. So we are saying spiritual journey. So if I were to ask you now, devotees, you don't have to answer me. I want you to answer yourself. Do you know when, how, under what circumstances you're going to find your Lord? That He provided you searching for Him? If I were to ask you, do you know when you're going to find God? Think about your life, your practices so far. Where do you think you are at? This is a question that the sages ask time and again. Hari Hai Raham Milan Kabahu Andesh Valagi Rahe Hari Hai Raham Milan Kabahu Andesh Valagi Rahe. This is the question of the devotees. Ram Milan Kabahu. When? You have to ask that question. And I don't know whether you can answer it, but the bhajan tells us preparations that need to be made to take you closer to Him. You have better chance of meeting Him. That state of realization. हरि हे राम मिलन कब हुई, संदेश वह लगी रहे। हरि हे राम मिलन कब हुई, संदेश वह लगी रहे। हरि हे राम मिलन कब हुई। देहिया रचव में इंद्रिय न पहिया, देहिया रचव में इंद्रिय न पहिया। भव के पंथ चली, हाँ भव के पंथ चली, संदेश वह लगी रहे। हरि हे राम मिलन कब हुई, वह लगी रहे। हरि हे राम मिलन कब हुई। आहा पाप निशी में जीवन इंद्रिय, पाप निशी में जीवन इंद्रिय। भजन के भोर भई, हाँ भजन के भोर भई, संदेश वह लगी रहे। हरि हे राम मिलन कब हुई, संदेश वह लगी रहे। हरि हे राम मिलन कब हुई। वेद पुराण ग्रंथ बहु व्यंजन, वेद पुराण ग्रंथ बहु व्यंजन। पाकर व्यंजन बही, हाँ पाकर व्यंजन बही, संदेश वह लगी रहे। हरि हे राम मिलन कब हुई, संदेश वह लगी रहे। हरि हे राम मिलन कब हुई। जागृत स्वप्न सुसुप्ति तुरिया, जागृत स्वप्न सुसुप्ति तुरिया। जितो तब राम मिली, हाँ जितो तब राम मिली, संदेश वह लगी रहे। हरि हे राम मिलन कब हुई, संदेश वह लगी रहे। हरि हे राम मिलन कब हुई, संदेश वह लगी रहे। So devotees, in a nutshell, the body is a chariot given to us. As I mentioned, Baribhag Manushanupava, Sadhan Dham, Moshka Dwar, when we do it till liberation. Yeah? But when we don't attain to that state, Ramayana tells us, Kalahi karmahi ishwarahi mithya dosh lagai. So what we say? Boy, bhai, no is Kali Yug, time bad. Time bad. You blame time. Karma. Bhai, I can't reach higher levels but it become karma. You blame karma. And others will say, it's what God wants, you know. It's not me, no, it's God, what He wants. See, Ram in Ramayana says, Mithya dosh lagai. False blame. False blame. Now, how can we reconcile all this? Kalahi, time. Devotees, time is the most powerful force. But, I always ask myself, does time choose me to victimize me? Karma. Karma happens of its own accord? Or do I perform karma? If I don't exist, does time exist for me? In other words, I'm trying to point in the direction that where it is the individual that is responsible. Not time, not karma. And Bhagavan says, don't blame me. I am the impartial witness. I don't make anybody do anything, good nor bad. Your choice. Freedom of choice. Tulsi kaya khet hai, mansa bhaye kisan. Papa punya do bij hai, boye sole nidan. The body like a field, the mind is the farmer. You choose which seeds you plant. Sin or virtue. You choose it. And bearing in mind the only condition God is responsible is if we unconditionally surrender. And none of us is doing that. No. Conveniently we say God has surrender. But you have not surrendered unconditionally. So we have explained all that already. In other words, what Ramayana is telling us, you are responsible. You, each person. It's not time, not karma, because you create the karma. How you blame any karma? For karma. You create it. Why you blaming karma? You have to blame the creator of the karma, yourself. Ramayana again tells us, Ayodhya Kand, nobody makes anybody happy, no makes them sad. It is your own karmas. Throughout scriptures, devotees, you create your problems. Others are merely facilitators to work out our karmas. And if you understand this kind of philosophy, you don't carry baggage by blaming other people. You take responsibility. And as long as you do not take responsibility, it's like top spinning in mud, I keep saying. You remain right there. You go nowhere. You go nowhere. So the body is given to us to carry out sadhan. It's up to us to carry out the sadhan. Is either you want to make this body, that abode of spiritual discipline, you become a sadhak, or you want to just enjoy as animals do. Yeah? And forget about that sad here, the ultimate objective. It all depends on the individual. And in this context, we see what I am is God's gift to me. What I make of myself is my gift to God. Understand? Self-effort. All this ties in with the self-effort we have been speaking about. Self-effort, not laziness. I have mentioned to you, sometimes people say, well, it's so born, this is where I am. And I have told you, Bhagavan Sri Krishna emphasized in Udhu Gita, great Vala especially. Vala is the conquest of one's nitya. People want to play hero, valorous, but you're weak-minded. No. Conquest of one's nitya is Vala. And everybody needs to try to bring about that change. Because if you don't, you perpetuate your suffering. You do it, nobody else. And you have heard me say over and over, nobody liberates anybody else. You have to liberate yourself. No matter what attachment you have, what emotions you have, those are irrelevant. I can't liberate you. You can't liberate me. I have to liberate myself. And I mentioned this only, the only way I can liberate my ancestors, whoever, if I become an unconditional devotee of the Lord, unconditional surrender. And none of us doing that. So you're subjected to your karmas. It's a life of practicality, devotees. And once you understand this, then you realize how important this human body is. As you go along, go through the pathways of duality. Bhav ke panchali. Go through here. So having received this human body, the sages, very out of compassion for us, they have given to us various practices. Veda Puran, Grantha Bahubhyanjan. Different practices to free us from bondage. But we have explained this already. Puja is supposed to free us from bondage. All the yagyas we do. But why do we do them? We do them with an objective in mind, an intent. I want blessings. I make a promise, I want to get this fulfilled. I'm not saying it's bad, but that will bring you fulfillment. You make a promise, you have a material objective, you know what you're doing? You're binding yourself. Because where are you going to go to enjoy the fruits of your actions? We explained all this. Nishkam bhav sakam. Even puja we do supposed to be just expressing thanks to God, gratitude. Yet when we pray, we ask for things. You're binding yourself. So this is why, as you say, remember when I explained that imaginary knot. If you could remember that Gandhi Katha, that imaginary knot Maya, and imagine to try to untie that imaginary knot in the dark. The knot is already imaginary, and it is in the dark. How could you untie that? It becomes more problematical. So this is our problem. It's not just doing this and begging for more. If the intention is ultimately the objective, the Lord Himself, Paramarth, no problem. But we're not looking for Paramarth, we're looking for earth, material possessions, problems, help, enjoyment. These are the things we are looking for, not Paramarth. Not Paramarth. So therefore, we are in problem. Now devotees, to go to that Lord, you see there are 4 states of consciousness: Jagrata, Swapna, Susupti and Turiya. All these things we have explained already, I'm just reminding you. Jagrat, waking stage, right? Swapna, dream stage. Susupti, deep sleep. And Turiya, absorption. Just to remind you, these 3, the first 3 represent 3, the lower states of consciousness, which put together comprise 7 levels of ignorance, we call them. Mahajagrat, Bijagrat, Jagrat, Swapna, Jagrat, Jagrata, Jagrat, Swapna, and Susupti. Can't explain all that, just mentioning 7 levels of ignorance. Once you are there, you can't get liberation. And not too long ago, I did mention to you, the first stage in Gyan is Shubhicha. So last week, I think it was I mentioned to you that you have 4 gatekeepers for the palace of liberation. Sham, serenity. Vichar, self-inquiry. Anybody start to do it yet? Last week I mentioned this point. Self-inquiry, that's the first stage in Gyan. Vicharana, self-inquiry. This one, not who am I am Pandit Haridev, and I live in a wrong way. No, that is immaterial. Well, material but immaterial. Right? Who am I in reality? Aham Brahmasmi. That is the ultimate objective. Am I going to realize that? That is the ultimate state. So when I start to question myself, now devotees, you go to a different level. Right? So you see, Shubhicha, Vicharana. Shubhicha, the desire to want to know who you are. Then Vichar, inquiry. Then Tanumanasi, you begin to analyze. As the Vedanta tells us, Tanumanasi, Sattva-Patya, Samshakti, Padartha Bhavana, Turiya. Only when you reach to that state of Turiya, self-absorption, you're free from bondage. Now if we haven't started to go beyond the first level of Agyan, could you imagine how arduous, how difficult this journey is? So we have to understand, the devotees, that this is where we need to go. And until we reach to that point of understanding, right, that realization, we always, remember we say, Guru Puran says, they dip you in the hot oil and pull you out. They dip you in the hot oil. This is going to happen to all of us. Time and again, we are dipped into the cauldron of hot oil, this world itself. Pain, disappointment, grief. Then sometimes, short moments, everything okay for a while. Only to dip, you get dip again inside, and more grief again. And you continue this cycle. When will it end? So I always say, like we like it, so we keep on doing it. It's nice, do it twice. Do it twice. Keep on doing it. Don't try to get out of it. This is man's problem. This is our problem. So devotees, you understand all these things I'm putting through, hopefully, and this is in the context of why I'm saying, you're on your own. Can't do it for you, Can't do it for you. So I could sit down and do my puja and have nothing in my mind, no desire, whatever. You could sit down and ask for the whole world. That is you and me, we different. If you have the right idea, the right understanding, if you look for that freedom from bondage, problems end. So if you sit down and pray, Lord, I have this problem, help me this problem, help me this problem. Okay, you get help this problem. Does problems end? Next week you have another one. And week after another one. Every day in your life there is a problem. So why look to put plaster over sore? Why not get to the root of the problem and cure the sore? Understand the point I'm making? This is Hindu philosophy. To cure our diseases. Right? When we do the Prahata Smarami, that Shiv Stotram, you know, Prahata Smarami Bhavabhiti Haran Suresham, Gangadharam Vishwa, that we all know it, Katvanga, you know, we say, describe Shiva, right? And then what do you say? He is the remedy for the world of Aushadhi, Advitiyam, the world of duality. The solution, the medicine we're looking for to free ourselves is simply this, realization. You take other medication that will cure symptoms, but you want to cure the cause, vibration, spiritual. And to remove all, once we are caught up in the world of duality, then you have all these illnesses, all these differences. But if you transcend it, where the problems are. Now, not you alone, me too, it's for all of us. It's to transcend the world of duality. And the only way we can do that, self-realization. Self-realization. Now, devotees, these are words that we say, but you know, how do I practically get into the whole thing? And this is why scriptures give us, the Lord manifests himself, different, you know, leelas he left for us to follow, to focus upon. There are different pitfalls in life. And like Ramayana Katha, Ramayana tells us, listening to Katha, identifying with the Katha, analyzing Kathas, etc., you are prevented from falling into all these pits. You're free. So devotees, solution. Solution. We have been saying this solution all along. But now how do we take it? So I am presenting this morning Ramayana as a solution. Ramayana is a treatise on life. Reading Ramayana, listening to Ramayana, living Ramayana, all these practices can take us to that ultimate state of realization. So for the devotee, just listening to the Lord's glories, it does something to the mind. It builds a vibration. So I will digress one moment. Remember when I mentioned about the soul? Nainang Chindanti Sastrani, etc. Fire can't burn the soul, weapon can't cut it, wind can't dry it, fire can't burn it. But those are the four lower tattvas. I explained all that before, I think, Sunday morning service. Yeah? But there's a fifth tattva that they didn't speak about there. And that is Akash. The soul is of the nature of Akash. Yeah? Nitya sarvagataha stanur achaloyam sanatanaha. Gita tells us. Unchangeable, nitya. Yeah? Sarvagataha, all pervasive. Sarvagataha, the soul. Same individual soul. All pervasive. Soul is like a circle of infinite circumference, but with the center in the body. I explained all that before. We don't talk by guess. Gita is telling us that. Achaloyam. But first this is Thanur. Unmoving, unmoving. So when it says the soul walk here, the soul go here 5 days, the soul go there 13 days, what Gita is saying? Unmoving, immovable, achaloyam, sanatanam, sanatana, eternal. That is the nature of the soul. And devotees, if the soul is the nature of Akash, this morning we mentioned the Adhishtatri Devata. Adhishtatri Devata for Akash is Vishnu Bhagwan. And the sound is the quality of Akash. Sound. Sound. So this is why I keep saying when you put food for people outside, that you're fooling yourself. You're doing stupidness. If that is the intent. You're putting food for the lower forms of creation, which is okay. But what really nourishes the soul? What? Sound. Sound. And this is where coming together with sound is the sense of hearing, which is Vayu. Okay, devotees? Well, sorry, sound is a hearing, sense of hearing, that Gyan Tattva, yeah, sense of hearing. That is what purifies and helps us. Go to Dhundhukari. What Dhundhukari did to be freed from bondage of the spirit. He didn't do yagi, you know. He listened to katha. Sound vibration. That transformed him. Not rituals all over. Sound vibration. Now we have the opportunity, God has blessed us with the sense of hearing. So now the scriptures have been created in such a way that we sing, we listen, we are listening. What it does to us, it lifts the vibration. It purifies us. It gets us closer and closer to that divine. He who can't listen, you're lost. So notice the rationale I'm giving to you here. Not just doing puja and thing. You could do puja with no mantra. What is the purpose? Sound vibration is important. Sound. And we are so lucky, blessed in Hinduism, maybe other religions too, that we can sing the glories of the Lord through bhajans, through kirtan, the wonderful pathways given to us. If done right, devotees, even here, we can lift ourselves to higher levels. Yeah? So Ramayana devotees is one such. It's not just a simple book. It's a technique. It's a solution. It's a formula for success in life. Under all circumstances, but especially ultimate objective, to attain to that state of realization with the Lord. So devotees, having said that, I would like to expose you. I'm not going to read Ramayana. Ramayana could be done in different ways, katha. So bhajans are done, devotees, but you reflect upon it, the sound vibration. And if you can understand the meaning of the bhajan, it helps even more. So devotees, the focus is on the Ramayana. Tulsidas, that great sage, nicely he put it like this. O aj muhi raghubar ki sudhiyai, aj muhi raghubar ki sudhiyai, ho aj muhi raghubar ki sudhiyai. अब ही द्वारे राम खेलत थे, अंगना में लक्ष्मण भाई। राम माता कौशल्या धूंधन निकसी, माता कौशल्या धूंधन निकसी, राम गए युग यह की नाई, भीतर रोए माता कौशल्या, भीतर रोए माता कौशल्या, बाहर भारत भाई, हाँ बाहर भारत भाई, ओ आज मुहि रघुबर की सुधियाई हो। राजा दशरथ प्राण तजे है, कई मन पछताई। राम बिना मेरी सुनी अयोध्या, राम बिना मेरी सुनी अयोध्या, लक्ष्मण बिन ठकुराई, हाँ लक्ष्मण बिन ठकुराई। सीता बिना मेरी सुनी रसोईया, हाँ सीता बिना मेरी सुनी रसोईया, यह दुख सहो न जाई, यह दुख सहो न जाई, ओ आज मोहि रघुबर की सुधि आई हो। आगे आगे राम चलत है, पीछे लक्ष्मण भाई। बीच जानकी अति छवि सुंदरी, बीच जानकी अति छवि सुंदरी, चित्रकूट को जाई, हाँ चित्रकूट को जाई। सावन गरजे भादो बरसे, सावन गरजे, हाँ सावन गरजे भादो बरसे, पवन चले पूरवई, हाँ पवन चले पूरवई, ओ आज मोहि रघुबर की सुधि आई हो। आज मोहि, ओ आज मोहि रघुबर की सुधि आई हो। आज केहू पेड़ तरे भी जथुई है, सिया लखन रघुराई, हाँ सिया लखन रघुराई। रावण मारे राम घर आए, रावण मारे राम घर आए, हाँ घर घर भजत बधाई, ओ घर घर भजत बधाई। माता कौशल्या करती आरती, माता कौशल्या, हाँ माता कौशल्या करती आरती। तुलसीदास बलि जाई, हाँ तुलसीदास यश गाई, हाँ तुलसीदास यश गाई, हो आज मोहि रघुबर की सुधि आई हो। आज मोहि रघुबर की सुधि आई हो। आज मोहि रघुबर, आज मोहि रघुबर की सुधि आई हो। आदौ राम तपोवनानि गमनं हत्वा मृगं कांचनं, वैदेही हरणं जटायु मरणं सुग्रीव संभाषणं, बाली निर्दलनं समुद्र तरणं लंकापुरी दाहनं, पश्चात् कुंभकर्ण रावण हरणं, एतद्धि रामायणम. So Ramayana devotees in a nutshell, if you could understand the katha. But the katha in itself, right, all these incidents have encoded so much depth, so much philosophy. Now, listening to it, it creates a different feeling, a different vibration. Manan, that first part is called Sravan, listen. Then Manan, oh, you have to analyze what you have heard. If you don't perform Manan, you don't analyze, how could you assimilate what was being said? So you see, remember there are three bodies, physical, astral, causal. Manan, Sravan, Kirtan. Devotees, you listen, you analyze, and then you're in a position to really appreciate the glories of the Lord. You can free yourself from bondage. Kirtan, bhajan, chanting that name, but with the right attitude. The right attitude, not just singing. A singing exercise. You can be technically correct, but if the bhav is not right, it doesn't make any sense where devotional singing is concerned. So devotees, these kathas that we have, the beautiful bhajans we have, many gravitate towards because of the Vedam, because of the tune, etc. But that is okay, nice vibration, but I want to try to get to the essence of it, the meaning of it. So Ramayana, in a nutshell, as Tulsidas put it here, Tulsidas, and by the way, devotees, it's good to see where you get these bhajans from. And see this bhajan? I got it from my Nana. You know who Nana is? The mother, father. Yes, many years ago, when I was very chanchal, He gave me a few bhajans, but I'm too chanchal to learn more. I learned two, but I forget one. Yeah, forget one. This bhajan from him. Yeah, great pandit he was. Never sing too much. He never sing and so on. They had a group and so on, but recognizing his grandson liked to sing and whatever, he gave me the bhajan. And so you get all the bhajans in different places. Only as you get older, you realize the power of the bhajans. And then that bhajan I just sang, then Adav Ram Patapo Banadiga Manang. In a slok, one slok, Tulsidas encapsulated the whole of Ramayana. Thereby chanting that alone, which I try to do on a daily basis, because I can't really hold Ramayana every day. You see, devotees' life is not living by guess now. The sacrifices you make. Okay? So, to me, we are very blessed. Well, I'm saying I am very blessed that to have this opportunity to have all these wonderful bhajans and to grow up. And this you have to thank our ancestors. And all of you here, grow up in this thing. Yeah, you are blessed. Now understand what it does for you. Not that you feel nice, the kirtan was nice. But when you feel nice, you know what it means? That vibration inside you is different. And if you are feeling nice, you get no good vibration. That is your problem. You have to tap into it, tune into it. So devotee, this is one part of it. Sravan, listening to it. Manan, analyze. Now the very same Ramayana devotees, cosmological. रामायण कथा हमको प्यारा प्यारा रामायण कथा सबको प्यारा. The bhajan says, Ramayana Katha is so beautiful, it attracts me. I'm enamored of Ramayana Katha. Ramayana Katha sabko pyara. But in Kali Yuga, I think we have to change that sabko pyara. It's not everybody, no? Some. Because some have ears, but they don't listen. Unfortunate. But for the devotee of the Lord, who could understand, want to go this pathway, seeking Him, all of us, we love Ramayana. Ramayana Katha sabko pyara. What does Ramayana teach? We shall listen. Ramayana Katha humko pyara pyara. Ramayana Katha sabko pyara. Ramayana Katha humko pyara pyara. Ramayana Katha sabko pyara. धन्य है रामायण महात्म जी को. धन्य है रामायण महात्म जी को. पुत्री से पुत्र बनाया प्यारा. रामायण कथा सबको प्यारा. पुत्र का प्रेम दिखलाए. पिता पुत्र का प्रेम दिखलाए. साक्षी है राम भगवान प्यारा. रामायण कथा सबको प्यारा. भातृ प्रेम रामायण कहवे. भातृ प्रेम रामायण कहवे. साक्षी है लक्ष्मण और भरत प्यारा. रामायण कथा सबको प्यारा. पतिव्रत धर्म रामायण बतलाए. पतिव्रत धर्म रामायण बतलाए, साक्षी है सीता और अनुसूया प्यारा, रामायण कथा सबको प्यारा। मूर्ति पूजा रामायण दर्शाए, मूर्ति पूजा रामायण दर्शाए, शिव स्थापन है साक्षी राम प्यारा, रामायण कथा सबको प्यारा। पिंदा कर्म रामायण दिखलाए, पिंदा कर्म रामायण दिखलाए, साक्षी है राम और भरत प्यारा, रामायण कथा सबको प्यारा, रामायण कथा हमको प्यारा प्यारा, रामायण कथा सबको प्यारा प्यारा, रामायण कथा सबको प्यारा। धन्य है रामायण महात्म जी को। Because of the greatness of Ramayana devotees, miracles can be created. An outstanding one, Putri se putra banaya, without any sort of surgical procedure. Tulsidas used Ramayana in the Navratra period, first Navratra, 9 days, worshipping Sri Ram, focusing on that Ramayana, and what he did, what happened. Through the power of Ramayana, Putri se putra banaya, a girl was transformed into a boy. There was a situation where two queens, the two kings, the wives were expectant, the queens were expectant mothers, and this one promised to marry my son to your daughter. As him, them name God, they know who having what. And as fate would have it, both have girls. A long time, two girls ain't getting married. Now it's happening. A long time devotees, trouble. They brought up one of the girl as a boy. Manly arts and so on and so forth, and marriage took place. Deceit. But then what is hidden before marriage is exposed after marriage. The girl very embarrassingly told her mother what had transpired, what it is. It's a girl. Devotees, bloodshed was threatened. Tulsidas was approached. And Tulsidas said, everything is the Lord's will. And to prevent bloodshed and all these negativities, this was why he used Ramayana Katha. Ramayana, same Ramayana we have. The book, not the laptop. The book. Because Ramayan. Scriptures tell us Sri Ram resides within the Ramayana itself. All these mantras and I've been going to that detail. You could have it on your laptop, tablet, what kind of tablet, paracetamol, whatever kind of tablet you want to have it on, is not the same. It's not the same. The book. Scriptures tell us that Guru Gita emphasized that. I mentioned this to you already before. This is why I always try to use my book. This is why we always do book puja. Yeah, not laptop puja. Arati see laptop jiki. Yeah? So devotees, Tulsidas used that, worship Ramayana. And as we said, in 9 days' time, the girl was transformed to a boy. Putri se putra banaya. Now, when we speak of philosophy, sex change and so on, all those concepts are in scriptures, Sanatana Dharma. What is there you could have outside that not in Sanatana Dharma? You just be unaware of these things. So we're talking about miracle. Now, many of us may not want such a miracle, but we want other types of miracles. You want miracle? Ramayana. Solution right here. But you can't be lazy. Savan Manan Kirtan. This is why long ago, everybody would have a Ramayana home, wrap it up in a red cloth and put it there, and every morning put flowers in it and light it there. And after the passing of time, the older people who do that, the younger ones now, forget your mind there. When time for a mind, Baba, you have a mind? Yeah, Baba, that's what the cobweb, come, Baba, here. Ramayana cobweb. You're not even realizing what you have in your house. That level of ignorance. That level of ignorance. And devotees, sometimes people say, I can't read the Hindi. Now, I am all for the Ramayana in the Hindi, with the Sanskrit shlokas and so on. If you want to read, buy one in English. Pranti Baba reading from that too. Yeah? But this one in your home, Ramayan, Ramayan. Where Sri Ram is, where Ramayana is, there is Ram, Sri Ram. Where? Right there is Sri Ram. And where Sri Ram is, there is Hanuman. What can we say, devotees? So miracles, Ramayana. But make up your mind, worship, put your hearts into it, sincerely. Listen to the glories of the Katha, as Dhunukari did to free himself from bondage. You listen, nothing is impossible. Pita putra ka prem dikhalai. Ramayana teaches the kind of love a son should have for a father. Now, this goes without saying, but in Kali you have to say it. Because there are many sons who don't love their fathers, for whatever reason. But Sri Ram, notice, the kingdom was given to him. It was taken away from him. He chose to go to the forest to maintain his father's word. No negativity against his father. A father's wish is a son's command, even though the wish was not expressed. Yeah? Today's society put our principle, you know what principle? In principle comes self-sacrifice, which Sri Ram did. That love he demonstrated to his father. And what happened ultimately? And everything came back to him? Everything came back. Ayodhya was his. Yeah? You make a sacrifice, you follow the principle, today you may undergo some challenges, but ultimately the success is yours. But most of us look for only now. I can't give up that. I mustn't lose that. I must fight for the kingdom. You understand? You fight here and you lose everything. Give up here and you gain everything in the long run. But patience we don't have, because we don't understand the principle of the thing. Once you're doing what is right, devotees, once you're doing what is right and proper principled, even if everything may look appear to be wrong, I keep saying, time, the end result is always positive. Bound to be. No two ways about that. So there is something about this, showing love to father. And it goes without saying, mother also. Matri Devo Bhava, Pitri Devo Bhava. The Lord in human form has shown us how to respect mother and father. Sometimes great self-sacrifice. You do that. He did that. So devotees, that love, what can we say? Read Ramayana, you understand the love that existed between Sri Ram and Dashrath. And not only Sri Ram's love for Dashrath, but Dashrath's love for Sri Ram. The father's love for the son. No? Most times, you may have little exceptions, but you think fathers don't love their children too? Devotee Bhatri Prem Ramayana Gavi. Ramayana sings the greatness of brotherly love. Brotherly love. How brothers should live together, side by side. Now, if that is not a relevant lesson today, you tell me what is. When many court cases going on right now, and who benefiting? No offense meant Karuna, but the lawyers benefiting. Big court cases, hundreds of thousands of dollars, people charging you. You're fighting a burden in court for a foot of land. Now, as I keep saying, my bad is, when you're there, you're getting 6, you can't carry it. You're fighting for 1. But no matter what you tell them, no, I want that. As one person said, no, I can't carry it when I'm going back, go enjoy it when I live in. Let me see you enjoy it, no? Let me see you enjoy it. But devotees, brotherly love, unconditional. Not you expect something. And I keep saying, if my brother doesn't love me, that doesn't mean I shouldn't love my brother. I love my brother. I don't want to carry any baggage. I'm not going to carry any baggage. I'm not a beast of burden. Yeah? So devotees, you have to understand this pure love. All right? Brother may ill speak you, he may go against you, whatever, but I still have my love for you, boy. You're my brother. I'm not going to compromise my principles. 2 wrongs to make a right, as we still put it simply. And devotees, who again set the example? Sri Ram himself was an exemplar. Lakshman and Bharat. That entire kingdom of Ayodhya was given to Bharat. Bharat said, no, I don't want it. I don't want as much land as could be covered by the point of a pin that belongs to my brother. He is the real heir to the kingdom, not me. Not me. And Bharat refused to sit upon that throne. You heard that today? He went into a village called Nandigaon, out of the city. He erected a shack made out of leaves. He dressed himself in the garb of sages. And that the sages would live. He lived like that. Because Sri Ram in the forest, roughing it, as we say, living a life of asceticism. Bharat in the city, just in that village, lived a life of asceticism that would put the best of sages to shame. He never sit upon that throne. He got a pair of footwear of Sri Ram, and he considered that to be Sri Ram. He put that on the throne. He will consult with that, as if he consulted with Sri Ram. Never do anything otherwise. Do we have the kind of brotherly love? Bhatri Prem Rama Ingavi. Lakshman decided if Sri Ram is going to go to the forest, I am going to go. Because where Sri Ram is, he is my brother. I need to be with him to protect him. Lakshman Bharat. And he wrote these books, Sri Ram himself. You know, Bharat came, Bharat tried his best to pursue Sri Ram to return to Ayodhya. Bharat said, Sri Ram said, no, Bharat. A father's with a son's command. Father is bound by his word. You go and run the kingdom. I will remain for 14 years in the forest. Devotees, Guruji went. The mothers went. All inhabitants, so many people went. Sri Ram did not turn back. Aage chale, bahuri rahuraya. He won't cut across his father's word. And then, not that Bharat wanted to sit in the kingdom, but you see, he wouldn't want to make Bharat feel more guilty. Now look, I'm going back and sit in the kingdom. You give me back to me. You give it back to me. No thought like that. Aage chali. I'm going forward. And he advised Bharat the best. Raut jao ghar mein Bharat bir. Go home. Take care of Ayodhya puri Bharat. At the end of 14 years, I will return. Bhatri Prem. Both sides. And he wrote this. How is it to me best embodied? Now when Lakshman lying down there, unconscious, during the course of the battle. Sri Ram was crying. Sri Ram cried. He cried whole night, waiting for Hanuman to go and get that Sajivan Bhuti and bring it back. He was crying for his brother. Brother crying for brother. Oh brother, don't die. Don't leave me. You are my prop. I depend upon you. You are the light of Ayodhya. Devotees, in a simple way, Lakshman, unconscious. And imagine that scene. Sri Ram sitting there, very, very distressed. The Lord of all creation, he is Sukhadham, the abode of happiness. But look at how he is demonstrating brotherly love. Bhatri Prem. He's saying, oh bhaiya, kuch bolo na. Wake up, open your eyes, say something to me. As how we would behave normally. Well, should I say that? I don't know how many brothers will do that. But we should. So, Sri Ram. मेरे लखन बीर बलवान बोलत कुछ मुँह से जावो मेरे लखन बीर बलवान बोलत कुछ मुँह से जावो कुछ मुँह से जावो बोलत कुछ मुँह से जावो मेरे लखन बीर बलवान बोलत कुछ मुँह से जावो मेरे लखन बीर आय विपद के समय मुझे क्यों छोड़ अकेला जाते हाय विपद के समय मुझे क्यों छोड़ अकेला जाते भैया तुम ही तो मेरे अरमान बोलत कुछ मुँह से जाओ भैया तुम ही तो मेरे अरमान बोलत कुछ मुँह से जाओ है मेरे लखन बीर बलवान बोलत हाय अयोध्या जाकर माँ को क्या उत्तर मैं दूंगा, हाय अयोध्या जाकर माँ को क्या उत्तर मैं दूंगा। भैया तुम ही अयोध्या की शान, बोल तो कुछ मुँह से जाओ। भैया तुम ही अयोध्या की शान, बोल तो कुछ मुँह से जाओ। कुछ मुँह से जाओ, बोल तो कुछ मुँह से जाओ। मेरे रत्न वीर बलवान, बोल तो। हाय रात बीतली आधी और हनुमान न आए। Devotee Sri Ram crying, talking to Lakshman. Please say something, brother, get up. In time of adversity, you have deserted me, you have left me. Lord, oh brother, you are my prop, I depend upon you. Please, say something, wake up. When I return to Ayodhya Puri, Mata Sumita would ask me, Sri Ram, where is my son Lakshman? What will I tell her? Oh bhai, you are the light of Ayodhya Puri. Wake up, I can't go back without you. No response, devotees. Then he looked up to the sky, said, Hi, Radha Bitili Adhi. It's already midnight. Hanuman had a deadline to debut to come back with that Sajivan Bhuti. Sri Ram, depressed apparently. Hi, Radha Bitili Adhi, or Hanuman na aaye. Deep in distress. Hanuman has not yet returned. And devotees, sinking deeper into depression, what he said, Bhaiya, tum bin tanjunga apne pran. Without you, I'll kill myself. I can't live without you. I can't live without you, Bhaiya. Hai raat beetli aadhi aur Hanuman na aaye. Hai raat beetli aadhi aur Hanuman na aaye. भैया तुम बिन तजूंगा अपने प्राण, बोल तो कुछ मुँह से जाओ। भैया तुम बिन तजूंगा अपने प्राण, बोल तो कुछ मुँह से जाओ। कुछ मुँह से जाओ, बोल तो कुछ मुँह से जाओ। कुछ मुँह से जाओ, बोल तो कुछ मुँह से जाओ। मेरे लखन वीर बलवान, बोल तो कुछ मुँह से जाओ। मेरे लखन वीर बलवान, बोल तो कुछ मुँह से जाओ। हाय मेरे लखन वीर बलवान, बोल तो। Just to demonstrate, devotees, the emotion, the love, the bonding that existed between brothers. And the Ramayana teaches Bhatri Prem. I can't claim to be a Sanatanist, follower of Ramayana, and I'm at loggerheads with my brother. If he wants to be with me, no problem, as I said. No, I have my love for you. Bhatri Prem. Bhatri Prem. And this goes across the board, not only for brothers, sisters, relationships. And we all know in today's world the kind of relationships people have, even siblings. You sit and pray under one roof, and when you finish, you quarrel like cat and dog. This might sound harsh, tell me it's not true. So devotees, when you want to go to higher levels, you have to transcend these negativities. You have to transcend these negativities. There is nothing to justify these negativities. And we are tested in life to see, have you gone beyond? Or are we still there at that level? You decide. Your own. Patiprata dharma. We will elaborate much on that, the duties of a wife. Sita ma ideal, Anusuya ma ideal. Long discourse in Aranyakand about wife duties, responsibilities. So we don't talk too much about that, because then the wife will ask, what about the man responsibility? So I don't talk too much about that again. Because everybody uptight, you know. We're talking about the lady. We're talking about the lady. What about the man? Some people, you are not attacking lady. You know why? We're not attacking anybody. Women are the strength of the society. If you are strong, society is strong. And if you are weak, society collapses. Simple. But you know, everybody have their own bias now. So let me not go into that. But Ramayana preaches the way a wife should live. Of course, you have little differences all in between. You know, I've always said, you know, I don't believe in taking kick for your whole life and say, you know, that's your husband, he's your God. He must be God at that. Right? What I'm saying, if irreconcilable differences, go your way. Go your way. But don't enter into any kind of acrimonious relationship. Afterwards, behavior and so on and so forth. So drag down yourself and try to drag down everybody else. But you see how you can explain all these things and devotees? And it goes case by case. You know? I mean, sometimes a little harsh word in between. Right? You think that bad? That's abuse. And some people get in licks morning to night. That's the vitamin for the day. And they're fighting it out. I'm not saying they're right or wrong, I'm talking about that, you know. But everything is perception. Some more sensitive than some. Yeah. But that's a different topic. Work is worship, duty is God. So here Ramayana preaches the wife's duty because of the importance of the wife in a person's life. The importance given to you. That special pedestal upon which you're put. Right? You could cause society to fall, but before society, the home. You could cause the home to fall. If the home disintegrates, family disintegrates, then society falls apart. Right? But so Ramayana is not a biased thing in the devotees. It pushes any part of principle. Murti Puja, Ramayana Darshai. Ramayana shows when Sri Ram consecrated the lingam of Bhagwan Shankar before he went to destroy Ravan. Isn't that so? Worship Shivaji. Right? Give great praises to Shiva. The lesson for us, Murti Puja, we have to defend it now. Hari Vyapak Sarvatra Samana. God pervades every single atom of creation. And I've been explaining to devotees in recent times, the first part of a puja, we do Avahan Asam. Invite God, give God a seat. But I tell you, okay, we do that, yes, Baba. But where God is, I cannot set you up, you know, like the old professional or that, you know. Where God is, God inside. You inside, in outside? No, God all about. Right. God is all pervasive. So if God is everywhere, where are you inviting him to come from? Isn't he already here? And by the first part of the puja, you invite God and you give him a seat. That's the first part of the puja. When we say mantra, we put the rice and the leaves and so on. Avaham, asam. Invite and give seat. But if God is all pervading, right, where you invite him to come from? He already here. And you go tell him, sit down here. You are his father. He already there. But then why you do that? So I try to get you to understand all that in the devotees. Even the murti. Yeah. What we do there, as I explained, because of our limitations, we limited. We can't conceptualize all pervasiveness. We can focus on a point in space. So therefore we say, Lord, as Ganesh, I want to worship you here. As Shiva, here. As Durga, Hindus could worship anywhere. I determine where I want to worship my Lord. Because God not only in the murti, you know. I could put my book right here and worship right here. I could put my watch and worship right here, the old watch. Yeah. The devotees, I just want to see time. Yeah. So you see devotees, what we are saying, you could worship in a tree. You could worship in the Hari Vyapak Sarvatra Samana. Right? And the Lord showed us that. He consecrated the lingam and he worshipped Shiva. I not to defend it again. Huh? I'm not wasting time to defend it. A word to the wise is sufficient. And to the fool, no matter what you say, it makes no sense. Long time I try to argue plenty. No, God all about. You can't understand that. Your problem. Go ahead, boy. Don't humbug me. Don't. You could criticize. You could whatever you want. But you see me? I believe in it. We all should believe in it. Nothing changes that. Nothing. You tell me God not. You see all this nonsense about when people die, they go by God and sung by God right hand side. All ever hear stupidness like that? I sure hear that already. But you never analyze what I mean. That means God sit down, you have a right hand and a left hand. That God ain't all prevailing. Whoever say that about their God, they don't understand God. My God everywhere. Every single atom of creation. And you can't have two gods. So my God is your God too. But you have a limited concept of ignorance, not understanding the concept of God. Go to heaven, right hand side, you will sit down. And then they get honey and milk. We get that, we get Panchamrit Puja. Honey and milk right here. We give me all kind of nonsense, old talk for nothing only. Trying to play upon people's minds. Wrong concept. Wrong concept. If you're happy with it, no problem. I am happy. I can worship my murtis. And devotees are compelling reason why we have murtis. Countless times I've asked people, up to yesterday, I asked a fella, I have a blunks in the cupboard. I want you to go and get the blunks for me. He got up, he said, where's the blunks? He said, where's the blunks? I know it is. I said, I know, do know. It have a name. Does it have a form? Does it have a form? A blunks is a name we make up, devotees. Doesn't have a form. How could you identify it? It's a psychological need of man for forms. Because we are conditioned in a world of forms. I ask many people, when you pray, what is concerned? Nothing at the concern. So your mind empty? You're concentrating on nothing? Some say appoint a light because they want to see a murti. You have to concentrate on something. It's a psychological need. You're fooling yourself. And this is where the shortcoming is. When we see we do Pindakaram, we say, somebody dead, right? The soul. Now, because you can't see the soul, you see the person who died. That's why they tell you buy 9 Nike shoes on them. Because you're buying for the person who died. Now, there are downside too. We have to gravitate towards the subtle. And some teacher does that. Even the ghanta we knock, that knocking ghanta every day. Or no, I knock in a ghanta. We explain it and listen to the song, pong, pong, whatever you do. 1 pong, 2 pong, 3 pong, whatever. But if what is, it makes a noise. That is struck sound. But if you listen carefully to that sound, it fades away into silence. If you can train your hearing to go into that, you go from the gross to the subtle. All these sounds we make, everything we do here, sound vibration. There's the gross, there's the subtle. The ghanta helps us to do that. You understand that? So if you hold it by your ears and knock it, the person knocking the ghanta in a better position. If you don't hear good, well, you can't help. Right? But devotees, all these concepts that we have because of our need. So when we say murti and so on, the murti represents, as I've explained, ad nauseum. The murtis represent different powers that exist in society. Heat, light, energy, hunger, thirst, death, everything. All these murtis represent that. But we have them there, but look how nice it is. Now Krishna Bhagavan took form. Really? Sri Ram took form. There's historicity in these things. But devotee, we have stories with the others. Creations of the sages' minds to help us to focus. But that doesn't mean to say you can't see a form of divinity if you want to. If you want to see Durga Ma, you can see Durga Ma, And I use the analogy, air is everywhere. Do you see it? You don't see it, no? If you cool it, and cool it sufficiently, it can liquefy. And if further cooled, it can solidify. But the air is still there. Follow my analogy. That energy is all pervasive. And if I want to see a particular energy, Durga Ma, I have to produce that cooling effect, which is that love, that faith, that belief, that confidence, the positive qualities that, I want this energy personified itself. This is how I go to God, so God comes to me. Our scriptures tell us that. So you have to create the effort, the effect. You cool that cooling effect, that energy manifests itself in the form that you want to see. Any form that you want to see, you can see it. But that doesn't mean to say that is the only thing, because energy is all pervasive. All pervasive. Right? The form disappears, energy goes back into energy. Yeah? But it is not impossible to see any form of divinity but it depends on you. You have no miracle here. Self-effort. Self-effort. So devotees, all this part of Murti Puja, Hinduism stands strong on that and based upon psychological need. But I want to also add that when you continue, as I've been saying, Bahya Bhakti, yes, you need Murtis. You go to Ananya Bhakti, then Ganesh Baba represents Gyan. We have been explaining all that. Durga Ma, Ichha Shakti. Lakshmi Ma, Gyan Shakti. Saraswati Ma, Kriya Shakti. Hanuman Baba, mind principle. Suresh Narayan, intellect, etc., etc. In other words, they are not form now. You go beyond the form to principles. Ananya Bhava. The powers in you. All the powers in you. So that God is inside. So if you want, you can sit, you can pray anywhere. You don't even have to have a murti in front of you. You don't, I'm not saying you shouldn't, Understand carefully what I'm saying. If you reach to this level, you can just contemplate. This is why I see Mansik Puja will come in. Mansik Puja. It all depends on the growth of the individual, how you develop. Okay? But you know what? Don't try to go where you can't reach now. If you go too deep and you can't swim, you're going wrong. Swim where you could, where the water shallow, you could take your time. Gradually, we are saying. But understand it's a journey. You don't stay and swim, bathe in the sand for your whole life. You try to go into the water, learn to swim, go deeper and deeper. This is Hinduism, devotees. So you have Ananya Bhava. The forms, at that point, they become more qualities inside of you. But you're conditioned to the forms already, but they represent qualities inside of you. And devotees, all these qualities are up to divinity. And there's the ultimate Ekant Bhakti. Ekant, one end. If you reach that point, develop spiritually, then you don't say, beginning you say, God here, God here, God here, God everywhere. You come, God in me, ultimately you say, Aham Brahmasmi. I am divinity. That's the ultimate state. Self-realization, equivalent to God realization. So Hinduism has given us different pathways, but too many of us stuck in one way. I pray, I'll get blessing, business will go good, I won't get no trouble, that will happen, and you stick right there. That is what life is all about. And I keep saying to devotees, check it out if you want. A problem arises. Check it out and see if you have the patience and the courage of your conviction. Wait and see. Even without harassing God to help you, will the problem wouldn't go away? Wouldn't it go away? For find time somebody come, oh God, help me, oh God, help me. Like people find time to hear about, oh God, there now. Agitation, not understanding. Right? This is why the wise ones do burden God. Me, I want this, I want that. God, if there's anything I want you. Problems come, problems go. They will come again, they go again. I will ask God to come and clean my mess. Some of us love God too much for that. You decide, God. You're in charge. You're the supreme. You know? And if you understand the point I'm making, this will stop many people from running by such a madmen all about. You have a problem, you say, bring a goat. Oh, sacrifice a goat. $5,000, I'll give you a guard. I'm not talking by guess, you know. If you have the understanding I'm putting to you, all this rubbish will cut out. People won't exploit you. They won't exploit you unless you love to be exploited. So devotees, all this tying in Murti Puja with the concept and so we have to have clear in Hinduism. And then Pindakaram, where we have spoken a lot about that. When Sri Ram died, according to the tradition, they did what they had to do. Time, place, and circumstances. We owe debts to the departed, etc. So to wrap up this point, we all owe 5 debts. Debt to God, debt to the rishis, debt to society, to the pitris, and debt to the lower forms of creation. 5 debts we all owe. And I have said over and over again ad nauseum, that when somebody dies, the most we could do is to dispose of the body with integrity. After that, everything we do is for us. We're paying our debts of gratitude that we owe, to free us from bondage, to free us from sins of omission. So all that nonsense about putting food for the father to come back and eat. I keep wondering, how come you, my father, when he living and so on, you put him in a nice put a table for him where he sit in the hammock and you put food in Italian and eat in there. When he's there, but you put the food in the gong for the man to eat? Huh? All never ask yourself that question? You disrespecting the man? Or is it for him? It's not for him. It's not for him. But 99% of people still think that. Because you're holding on to some bare kind of, I don't know what. Yeah. I've been saying, devotees, when we see life, you see the pitris, Pendakaram rituals. But every day we need to carry out these karmas. And how? There's an internal meaning. So we wrap it up with this. Every day pray to God. Every day. whatever way you choose. Every day read scriptures. I've said that over and over again. Rishi Yagya. Just this morning I got an email from one of my disciples who is in Canada, right? And she's trying tremendously to really understand and go forward. She had read the Gita, now she's reading back the Gita, and now she's saying she's getting a different understanding. And I've said that over and over. First time you read, as you continue to live life, you get different experiences. When you go back and read again, nobody could read Gita and get the full understanding the first time. Not the second time, not the third time. Because as you continue to unfold in life, your experiences become different. And then the understanding goes to a different level. So when you think you understand this, it's not only this, there's more. But don't worry, everything in time. Keep on reading, keep on reading, keep on reading. And this is for that wonderful disciple named Joanne. I know she's listening to us. Keep on reading, Joanne, and you will understand. You will get things to a greater depth. This is what life is all about. And you continue to read. Come back and read again. I mean, how many times have I read it? And I keep reading. And I'm still getting deeper understanding out of it. As you grow, as you expand consciousness-wise, everything becomes different. Like climbing a mountain. The scenario becomes different. So devotees, Rishi Yagya, reading scriptures on a daily basis. Pitra Yagya, the ancestors have passed on to us certain practices, principles, maintaining them on a daily basis, enhancing where possible to pass on to the next generation for preservation. Notice, not the rituals itself, as I keep saying, we have made adjustments to the rituals, right? Those rituals were that we do made in India for the level of the people there, the social conditioning, etc. But what is the principle? We payment our debt of gratitude. With the passing of time, this is not India 10,000 years ago. Canada is not India 10,000 years ago. Wherever we are, we make adaptations, adjustments to suit time, place, and circumstances. But the principle remains the same. We payment our debt of gratitude. We payment our debt of gratitude. So devotees, we all have to do that. Service to society, service to man. Service to man, service to God. And of course, Bhuti Yagya, as we say, taking care of pets and so on a daily basis. These are the 5 debts we owe. So when Sri Ram says Pindakaram, I don't interpret Pindakaram to mean just putting Pinda all over. Srad, Shraddha, faith, belief, understanding what you need to do. And we all, no man is an island. He who takes without giving is a thief. So Sri Ram, the Lord himself set the example. Perform these karmas, we're paying debts of gratitude. Then who are we? So we all need to do that. So devotees, you see Ramayana, it's not the story only, no? And I want you to ask yourself, these are some of the principles in Ramayana. Do you maintain them the right way? Do you practice them the right way? But first you have to understand, no? Understand it and make it part of your practice, daily duties, and life will become definitely a divine song. And remember, as a man thinketh, so he become it. If my thinking is that I want to attain to that state of self-realization, I want to transcend everything, I want to go to my Lord, as a man thinketh, so he become it. And obstacles are what you see when you take your eyes off your goals. So when you're caught up with all these temporary objectives, your eyes off the main goal. Focus, get back to the main goal. And everything else will take place, but you will not lose sight of the main objective. This is the only way you can free yourself from trouble, the world of duality, pain, etc. Equanimity of mind. And to close it, remember, Bhagavan Sri Krishna says, true happiness is being affected neither by happiness nor unhappiness. Equanimity of mind. So devotees, the day is coming to an end. Go back and analyze everything. Be conscious of it and be aware of it. All right? Don't get caught up in superficial things because you're wasting your life. You're wasting your life. It's your life, waste it. Just remember the moment never comes back. It never, ever, ever comes back. This moment never comes back. Okay? So, good luck. And goodbye to the moments. Devotees, we go forward. Bole Sri Raja Ramachandra ki. So, as you possess everything I've said to you, you go towards the end of the year, think devotees. Make your life something different. And through God's grace, New Year, should bring new objectives. It's temporary. Ultimate objective remain the same. Right? We'll have more opportunities, hopefully. But every one we have, make use of it intensely. No regrets. Bole Sri Raja Ramachandra ki, except for the Havan. While the Havan is being done, devotees, we'll do our final Kirtanam. Ram Ram Sita Ram Ramachandra Pahi Maham Ram Krishna Govinda Hari Pahi Maham Krishna Krishna Gopala Vasudeva Pahi Maham Atulita baladhamam Hanumat pahimam Atulita baladhamam Hanumat pahimam Durga Lakshmi Sharada Sarva Devi Pahimam Hara Hara Gangadhara Neelakantha Pahimam Hara Hara Gangadhara Neelakantha Pahimam Ram Krishna Govinda Hari Pahimam Ganganapataye Namah Swaha Gauri Mata Swaha Prithvi Mata Swaha Panchalok Palivaya Swaha Om Namo Narayanaya Swaha Om Namah Shivaya Swaha Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Swaha Suryari Naugradevaya Swaha Brahmagnaye Namah Swaha Om Hrim Sim Chandikaye Namah Swaha Om Krim Kaliyai Namah Swaha Mahalakshmi Mata Bhyo Namo Namah Swaha Om Shrim Hrim Saraswatiyai Swaha Shri Ishwari Devi Swaha Om Shri Parameshwari Devi Swaha Shri Shitala Devi Swaha Shri Mahanyapurna Devi Swaha Om Shri Mangala Devi Swaha Om Shri Chandi Devi Swaha Shri Mansa Devi Swaha Om Hrim Shashti Devyai Swaha Chitara Devi Swaha Shodasi Devi Swaha Bhuvaneshwari Devi Swaha Chanamasta Devi Swaha भैरवी देवी स्वाहा, धूमावती देवी स्वाहा, बगलामुखी देवी स्वाहा, मातंगी देवी स्वाहा, कमला देवी स्वाहा, सर्वदेवीभ्यो नमो नमः स्वाहा, श्री हनुमते नमः स्वाहा, सीतारामचंद्राभ्यो नमो नमः स्वाहा, राधा कृष्णाय नमः स्वाहा, ओम श्री इष्टदेवाय स्वाहा, ओम श्री कुलदेवाय स्वाहा, ओम श्री अष्टान देवाय स्वाहा, ओम श्री ग्राम देवाय स्वाहा, श्री हितकर्म प्रधान देवाय स्वाहा. 5 times again. वास्तुदेवाय स्वाहा. 33 करोड़ देवताभ्यो नमो नमः स्वाहा, सर्वदेवता सर्वदेवीभ्यो नमो नमः स्वाहा, अनंत स्वरूपाय ब्रह्मणे नमः स्वाहा. Of all, Om Shri Guruve Namaha Swaha. Wash out the hands in thali. Please all stand, devotees. Which part is pray here? Yeah. Take up the Purnahuti. We concentrate on Bhagavan Shankar. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shambhavaya cha Mayubhavaya cha. Namah Sankaraya cha Mayaskaraya cha. Shivaya cha Shivtaraya cha. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Purnamidah Purnamidam. Purnat Purnamudachyate. Purnasya Purnamadaya. Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Sarvam Vai. Purnagvam Swaha. Offer it into the fire, one side. Offer water Om 3 times. Om Sarva Papaharam Divyam Gangeyam Nirmalam Jalam Achmanam Chamayadatam Gritam Purushotamaha Brahmagnaye Namaha. Boli Sri Raja Ramachandra ki jai. Aarti devotees, come for Vibhuti one by one. Yeah. Om Jai Jagadisha Hari.
Om Jai Jagadish Hare, Swami Jai Jagadish Hare, Bhakta Jano ke Sankat, Das Jano ke Sankat, Jan mein Dur Kare, Om Jai Jagadish Hare.
शिव हरे शिव राम सखी प्रभु त्रिविध ताप निवारण हे विभु अज जनेश्वर यादव पाहि मां शिव हरे विजयं कुरु मे वरम् शिव हरे विजयं कुरु मे वरम् प्रतिदिनं कुशलं जय मङ्गलं प्रतिदिनं कुशलं जय मङ्गलम् मंगलम भगवान विष्णु मंगलम गरुडध्वज मंगलम पुंडरीकाक्ष मंगलाय तनुहरि ओम आवाहनम न जानामि विसर्जनम पूजां चैव न जानामि क्षम्यतां परमेश्वर ओम गच्छ गच्छ्रुश्रेष्ठ स्वस्थाने परमेश्वर यत ब्रह्मादयो देवास्तत्र गच्छुतासनम् ओम लाभस्तेषां जयस्तेषां कुतस्तेषां पराजया येषाम् इन्दिवर्षामो हृदयस्थो जनार्दन ओम सर्वेषां स्वस्तिर्भवतु सर्वेषां शान्तिर्भवतु सर्वेषां पूर्णं भवतु सर्वेषां मङ्गलं भवतु सर्वे भवन्तु पश्यन्ति मा कश्चित् दुर्भाग् भवेत् ओम असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्युर्मा अमृतं गमय ओम मंत्रहीनं क्रियाहीनं भक्तिहीनं जनार्दनं यत्पूजितं मया देव परिपूर्णं तदस्तु मे ओम गच्छत्वं भगवन् अग्निस्वस्थाने कुन्दमध्यतः हुतम् आदाय देवेभ्यः शीघ्रदेहि प्रसीद मे ब्रह्मज्ञे नमः ओम त्वमेव माता च पितः त्वमेव त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव ओम शान्तिः 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 हरि ओम गर्व से कहो गर्व से कहो गर्व से कहो बोलिए श्री राजा रामचंद्र की जय सत्य सनातन धर्म की बोलिए श्री स्वाहा माता की शुभमस्तु blessings to all kindly be seated
Sitaram. A reminder that we will be hosting our Family Day on December 14th at 3 p.m. It will be taking place at Rajdev Sinanand's residence located on Jubilee Street, Arangwes. We would love to have you join with us for an evening of music, food and games. Also, SWAHA calendars are available for a small cost of $5. Refreshments have been provided by Auntie Chan in celebration of her birthday. The refreshments along with prasad can be collected as you exit. We hope to see you next week, Sunday, as our service continues. I hope you have a safe and relaxing rest of your day. Sitaram.
Thank you, Parveen and Chan. Many blessings to you and happy birthday. Let's give a round of applause. Today is your birthday, 65 years. And many of you may not know, but she is one of the older members. I don't mean she's old, but 65 years is not old. But she's one of the older members. How should I put it, why? Original members of Gandhipak, way back in the past. Yeah? When Gandhipak was. So it's nice to have you still with us. And we want to wish you many more happy birthdays and all the best for the future. And you have been making your contribution to Gandhipak regularly. We appreciate it very, very much. And today, your freshmen and so on behalf of Gandhipak, we say blessings. On behalf of all. So enjoy the rest of your birthday and many more to come. Okay? So devotees, next week will be the final service. We're having a puja next week. Is it settled where, Annie? Annie gone home? All right, okay. Most likely I will start puja about 7:45 next week. Puja, when we decide that, puja will come to fix up a puja. About 7:45 we'll start, right? So we'll incorporate everything into the service. So if you can come earlier, feel free to join us. But we'll start puja around 7:45 next week Sunday morning, which is the final service for the year. And then we begin in the new year, the 1st, I think it's a Wednesday, the 1st of January. Service will reconvene. And many of you may be hearing Rajdev saying, Anand, you know who he is? It's Raj boy. This fellow here. So it's home by him. So if you want to know where that is, you'll have to find out. You'll ask members of Gandhi Bug. They'll guide you for this get-together you have on the 14th. Okay? So when they're talking about, it goes to say Raj, say Rajna. Because nobody knows Rajdev. Yeah? Rajdev was not a little boy. So Raj, we say blessings to you for facilitating this get-together of the Gandhi Bug Kirtan Mantri. Okay? So devotees, blessings to everybody, and we look forward to seeing you as we conclude our service next week, Sunday morning. Service for the year. So blessings to all. Chan, stand up and tell them. Jai Sitaram, blessings. So devotees, receive your refreshments and have a safe journey back home, everybody.